Namaste and welcome to the Jyotishi YouTube channel. As Navratri is upcoming, today we are going to dive into some insights of the 9 forms of the Devi and also understand the significance of Vijayadashmi and how these 9 forms have an impact on our lives. So Anand, Navratri is starting from the 17th of this month,
Yes.
right? Can you explain the significance of the Navratri and the 9 forms of the Devi that is worshipped during these 9 days?
Yes.
And also, what is the significance of Vijayadashmi,
Yes.
right, as a festival?
So we'll start with the story. So Navratri comes out from the Durga Saptashati or the Devi Mahatmya. So Durga Saptashati is 700. So there are 700 verses written by Rishi Markandeya, and hence it's known as Saptashati. And 81 to 93 chapters out of which are talk extensively about the Devi and its various forms and those kind of things. So it starts with a story setting wherein Suratan, the great king at that point in time, was the great ruler, and then there were internal differences in the kingdom. So his own ministers started leaking out information, and over a period in time, he was so good that people loved him to a great extent. But because of the ministers leaking out information, he sort of enemies came and captured him, and then finally he had to move out of the kingdom. So the story setting, the plot, of the thing is like this. And then he moves out and he meets a hermit. He reaches a place of a hermit, and the hermit is known as, the Rishi is known as Rishi Markandeya. So, and there another trader was there who was a big businessman. He had lost all his money, and then he had come there. And the story starts wherein Rishi Markandeya explains the story of Devi and her conquest over the evil, and how do you get over the evil. So that is how the plot is. So Navratri sort of begins with Devi's conquest over Madhu, the demon Madhu, and the second demon is Mahishasura. So it's so the most famous demon conquest that we know of is Mahishasura. So you would see the entire country will have posters of Devi, sort of slaying Mahishasura. And then over the 9 days, various kind of demons are sort of killed. So Chanda, Munda, Nishumbha. So those kind of demons are killed. And finally, the 9th day, it is the kind of, the 10th day denotes the Vijayadashmi, the 10th day where the victory happens. So it has a symbolic kind of a representation in terms of first the divine feminine energy coming into the system, so which is called the Shakti. So we have the Purusha and the Shakti. So we have the the sun and the moon. So there are always two opposites that attract, and it's the celebration of the divine Shakti that happens here. So Shakti, so the 9 days is sort of equivalent to the Navamsha, or the 9 months that we spend inside the womb, and wherein we are sort of very pure. So every kind of negativities is eliminated in those 9 days, and the Kama, the Krodha, the Lobha, Moha, Madha, Matsarya, so jealousiness, so we see, daily basis we see in social media, trolling happening, we see, sort of anger happening, people who don't have any idea about cricket, commenting about cricket. One person does not perform, he gets threats in this thing. So these kind of qualities should be sort of cut in those 9 days, and then the energy which is demonish in nature is kind of, we are moving towards a system wherein the demon energy goes and we move into a more sattvic kind of a phenomenon. So the first 3 days is sort of focused on the tamasic qualities that needs to be eliminated. Second thing is the Rajasic qualities, that is the quest for money, the quest for power, the quest to kind of get over people, and the third 3 days is focused on the Sattvic qualities that needs to be developed. So primarily we have 4 major Navratris. So out of those 4 major, 2 are known as Gupt. Gupt means secret, and then 2 are reasonably celebrated. And this Sharada Navratri, which happens in the month of September, October, is a most revered kind of a Navratri. So we celebrate the victory of the feminine energy over the diminished qualities that people have. The diminished qualities that people have could be in a male, could be in a female, but the diminished qualities is sort of negated, and then we more move towards a Sattvic kind of.
So how does one go about getting rid of these demonic qualities from oneself? So we know it's very famous, or it's very well known, that for the level of the body and the mind, one can do fasting, right?
Yes.
The 9 days is very relevant to
Yes.
fasting, where you don't eat grains, you eat a particular type.
Yes.
Right, so that is just one aspect of it.
Yes.
So, and the second aspect could be chanting. So, what are the different things that one should follow during the next 9 days that would essentially help them move over the 3 gunas, which is sattva, rajas, and tamas, and then go towards the higher self?
So the qualities that we want to imbibe are purely feminine kind of qualities, and it is like mother's compassion. It is the appreciation for beauty. It is sort of love for each other, love for humanity. Those are the kind of qualities that we are trying to imbibe in these 9 days. So it starts from a stage wherein sun and moon are together, and it's technically called Amavasya, and it goes over the 9 tithis. That is the 9 phases of the relationship between the sun and the moon. So the qualities that we need to imbibe is directly proportional to the Ratri. So it is primarily the divine energy of the feminine comes primarily in the night, and then it is 3. So 3 Navaratri. So Ra is the kind of a cessation of qualities in the 3 primordial directions. So one is Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. So that is one form of the energy. One is Sattvic, Rajas, and Tamasic. So the qualities that we need to imbibe from a physical perspective, mental, and spiritual perspective. It's divided into 3 phases. Right. So from a physical perspective, like you said, it is advisable that we start by fasting, wherein we sort of are getting inward, not outward. So the first step to get inward is to sort of get into a stage where we control our physical nature. So to control our physical nature, it's important that we get into a fasting kind of a setup. Second thing is the emotional or the mental setup. And then we sort of get into mantras, chantings, meditations, prayers, and those kind of things. We connect with the divine energy of the Devi. So Devi actually, it is technically stated that the Devi comes in the duration of the Mahalaya Amavasya. So this year we have, usually there is a 10-day gap after Amavasya to a Navratri. This year we have another 30-day extra gap. So there is a 40-day gap. And so the Devi has been kind of in this system, and then we try and connect with the Devi over that period, and then get into a mental kind of a purification system. So it's sort of getting to a silence state, sort of getting into an inward kind of a state. And the third level is a spiritual connect, where you connect with Devi in form of various stotras and mantras that you chant, and then imbibe the energy of Sattvic Guna from this particular thing.
Each of the 9 days also signifies a certain avatar of the Devi.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like for example, the 9th day,
Yes.
so the 8th day signifies Chandi.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So can you talk about the avatars, different avatars
Yes.
from the first day? Like Kushmandaka is one avatar,
Yes.
Katyayani is another avatar.
Yes.
Mata Chandi is another avatar.
Yes.
So can you talk about the different avatars and what is the significance of each avatar?
Yes. So it is divided into 2 portions. So one is from a simpler perspective, we have the 3 Trigunas which happens in the 9 days. and divided by 3. So the first 3 days are sort of apportioned for the Kali.
Okay.
So that is when you sort of connect with goddess Kali and then try to remove your tamoguna. Then the next 3 days you connect with Mahalakshmi and then sort of remove your Rajas guna. The last 3 days, that is why it's called Sharda Navaratri, it's 3 days of learning. 3 days of Sattvic Guna and then Goddess Saraswati. So that is one way of classifying it. Another way of classifying it, as mentioned in sort of Durga Saptashati, is the 9 forms of Devi Durga or Parashakti as we call her. She starts with Shailaputri. Shailaputri is the daughter of the Himalayas. So Shailaputri, so these 9 Devis bring out different flavors. So for example, Kala Ratri, which is the 7th day, sort of evolves energy, a feminine energy, which has got to do with goodness. So which has got to do with ferocity. So that is the kind of energy that derives. The second day, Brahmacharini, sort of comes out with the energy wherein we start respecting others, we start sort of believing others, we start of connecting with others, kind of a thing. Then you have Chandraghanta. Chandraghanta is a representation of love and beauty. So Chandra is related to beauty and love and all that. So that is the energy that kind of comes in that particular day. So various days have various kind of energies, and it is important that we invoke those divine feminine qualities from that perspective, whether it's a male or a female, and then try and connect with those sattvic qualities so that our demonic nature is sort of removed from our system.
Navaratri signifies 9 days,
Yes.
but on the 10th day,
Yes.
it is celebrated as Vijaya Dashami,
Yes.
right? Which means the good has won over the evil,
Yes.
right? And it is also known in India that it is good to start something on Vijaya Dashami,
Exactly.
right? They say,
Yes.
for example, children children go to school for the first time and
Yes.
write, right?
Yes.
There is I forget what that is called.
Namkaran and
Yes.
yes.
Right, so that is one process that happens during Vijaya
Yes.
Dashami. They also, like, if a person wants to get married,
Yes.
then it is also the first time that they decide to make it official,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So it is very well known in India to start something on Vijaya Dashami.
Yes.
What is the significance behind this?
Yeah, so what happens in these 9 days, your negativities are kind of sort of removed, and the 10th day is the day of the victory. So that is the 10th Tithi. That is why it's called the Dashami. So in the 10th, in our chart from a Vedic perspective, the 10th house is the house of your karma, 10th house is the house of your status, 10th house is your house of action. So when you sort of remove your 9 deficiencies or the negativities in the 9 days, your bhagya, the 9th house, sort of reflects and then it kind of compounds itself, and the 10th day is denoting a vijay, a victory over all these negatives. So when these 9 days you absorb this the Devi's energy, it is assumed that any auspicious activities that you want to start happens from the 10th day, and from that day you can sort of be reasonably clear that a lot of good things will happen in your life. So any auspicious activities can be started from that particular day. So including financial planning for the year, including things like investing in good things, including like education, including like things like learning, moving to a new house, and those kind of things.
So as Anand mentioned, the 9 forms of the Devi are essentially for us to get rid of our Shadripus, which also means moving from a very tamasic state to a very sattvic state. Like Anand said, the first 3 days signify the tamasic, then the second of the 1/3 signifies the rajas, and then the sattvic state. So when we move from the tamas, go over the rajas, then we attain sattva. And like Anand also mentioned, these demons that he started off with the story, right? So the story signifies the demons that are present within us. These are not demons that are outside us. For example, Mahishasura is the tamasic or the lazy energy within us. And when we get over this tamasic, when Devi slays Mahishasura, it means that we are over tamas in our body. Right? So that also brings activity, that brings enthusiasm, that brings vigor within us. So it is very important that we go inward and see what are the energies within us, and then over the next 9 days, like Anand said, connect with those energies of the Devi and then come out with it. So if you like this, please subscribe to our channel. If you would like us to talk about anything else, do leave us a comment below. Thank you for watching the Jyotish.